All right now on First Alert Weather Extra, we talk about the threat for frost as you begin your weekend, and we're going to be talking about where we could see freezing temperatures.
We're also going to talk about the latest severe weather threat happening across the country and what that could mean as you begin traveling for the holidays.
Plus, as we prepare to wrap up the Atlantic hurricane season, we're speaking with an expert on why this particular hurricane season was significant in regards to our changing climate.
Live on your side, First Alert Weather Extra starts right now.
And welcome into First Alert Weather Extra. But check out some incredible video from Nakalula Falls. This is amazing. Check this out.
Wow.
What
That effect. I didn't know you could. I guess that's some of the software with the drone, but just incredible view. And it's nice to see that Nakalula Falls is flowing again.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, wow.
Like Superman leaving the earth, right?
Yeah. Remind me never to be Superman. Cool shots, though.
Yeah,
No,
cool
that was
shots.
very cool
Yeah,
shot.
that was Brandon Frazier that shared that. So, are actually, do we have the name on that? Rodney Frazier. I don't know why I said that, but that's an actor, right? Yeah.
Rodney, we got you.
Rodney.
Brendan Fraser, yes.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser, you know,
But
yeah,
Rodney, I'm sorry, Rodney. Rodney actually shared some lovely photos and was talking about the rain. Tania, Lauren, great to have you guys back here with us. It's cold out there. As Jonathan Hardison just so well put it before the commercial break, you asked for the cold, well, we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, and also we got the wind out there today. I've got another picture for you. Check this out. This is from Cameron Seahorn, and he heeded our first alert. I said, protect the inflatable turkeys. And he said, hey, he gave me a big thumbs up, said, Wes, it's deflated. We're all good to go. So, yeah, you may want to, if you even have, I noticed some folks have some of the inflatable Christmas decorations out already. Just make sure everything's well secure because, listen, we've got another windy day coming up for tomorrow. We're going to have some gusts out there that could top 25, 30 miles per hour again, especially by midday tomorrow and into the afternoon. But we have cold and breezy weather for tonight. That breeze is going to really help us out. It's going to limit just how much frost that we see out there overnight tonight, but those gusty winds will stick around tomorrow, and then we'll start to see some improvements as we approach the weekend. Looks like the next chance of rain next week around the middle part of the week. AccuTrack radar, all dry of course, but I just want to show you we have the temperatures plotted, and you can see how quickly those temperatures are dropping off already at 50 in Coleman, and we'll likely here over the next 30 minutes see some 40s there showing up on the map. And out the door in the morning, temperatures down into the 30s. But it stays windy tomorrow because we have another surge of cold air on the way. Check this out over the Smoky Mountains. We have winter weather advisories in place. It's going to be cold enough moisture where there will be some accumulating snowfall in the higher elevations of the Smoky Mountains. So for folks that may be traveling to the mountains for the weekend, a nice little surprise there for tonight. Check it out. This is the forecast radar data. And look at all that snowy weather, even maybe even a few flakes around the Knoxville area, but certainly for the higher elevations as this moves south. And some of those locations in there could end up with snow totals that may top 2-3 inches. Check this out. Looking at, and again, this is mostly in those higher elevations, but this all stays north of us. So for the snow fans here in Alabama, we're not expecting any snowy weather just yet, but certainly there will be a chill in the air with all this snow. And look how that extends well north. A lot of states will be impacted by this. One of the next big things across the country, but of course, the next big thing for us, those near freezing temperatures. We'll talk more about that coming up in First Alert Weather.
Well, thanks, Wes. Switching gears here slightly, as severe weather continues across the country, millions of people are bracing for, like we were talking about, snow, heavy rain, but also hurricane force winds. The Northwest feeling the effects of heavy snow and rain overnight. Hurricane force winds toppled trees, power lines from Canada to California, leaving more than 500,000 homes and businesses without power. The bomb cyclone could bring more than a month's worth of rain across the region through Friday and make travel nearly impossible. You've heard us mention atmospheric rivers, but what exactly is a bomb cyclone? These occur when a mid-latitude cyclone or storm system's central pressure drops to at least 24 millibars within 24 hours. The rapid drop in that air pressure means the storm will intensify quickly and bring large impacts such as the ones being seen in California and Washington state, from heavy rain and snow to coastal flooding as well. Bomb cyclones are more common in the Pacific Ocean, but can also happen in the Atlantic or even over land.
Yeah, Tania, and you know, the bomb cyclone has really been enhanced by that river of moisture coming in from the Pacific, or the atmospheric river, as we mentioned earlier. So it's kind of the 1-2 punch. You have this low pressure system where you have that low pressure dropping really rapidly, hence the cyclone bombing out. But then you're getting this feed of moisture coming off the Pacific Ocean, and that is really helping to enhance the flood threat across the western U.S. So we're not just talking Northern California, where you can see some very heavy rain moving in north of San Francisco, but we're also talking parts of Oregon into Washington, seeing this system that is bringing, associated with the low pressure system, a cold front, and where you've got this warm front also lifting northward, you've got this really moist air here that is helping to enhance that flood and even snow threat. So we're not just talking rain, we're talking some snow with this as well. Just looking at rainfall totals here over the past week, finally getting some much needed rainfall here in the southeast, but I want to zoom in to where we have seen these higher rainfall totals associated with this system that's been moving into the Pacific Northwest and Northern California. You can see just within the past week or so, gotten a good 3 to 4 inches of rain in Northern California. But then as we go up into parts of Oregon and Washington State, already seeing a good 6 to 7 inches of rain. And that's just accounting for rainfall. But you also have to factor in that, hey, where the air is cold enough, we've also been getting plenty of snow. Now, bear in mind, you've got the Cascades up here, so that's going to likely be seeing even more accumulating snowfall at those higher elevations. We're talking over 2 feet of snow near Seattle, and then getting a little farther to the south in places of North California, parts of western Oregon, over 1 foot of snow. So this all comes as travel plans are being thwarted in Oregon due to the heavy snowfall. Carly Olson has the latest.
Definitely done my fair share of training.
During Anthony Marshall's 11-year trucking career, he's seen a lot worse than this.
There's blizzards in the Dakotas and all sorts of fun stuff over there. New York, they get it pretty bad.
But despite years of training and chaining, he was still shocked to see this particular pass snowed over this time of year.
Thought we had a little more time, but you know, you got to do what you got to do.
It's not really in the California Kid Handbook.
For Benny Rogers,
Getting pretty delirious now. You know, we're on minute 37 of getting these chains on.
preparing to travel back to his new home in Bend wasn't exactly a cinch. But that sure didn't shake his resolve.
I think we're going to be able to make it over in record time.
I was not expecting this snowstorm at all.
Shauna Sutcliffe had planned her yoga studio's retreat in Sun River specifically for this weekend, anticipating dry conditions. But despite the winter storm warning,
It's like snow on the trees and on the sides, but the roads were like just wet. I saw the plows coming down the hill, so I'm guessing that I got the plowed road because I had friends that left this morning and they said the roads were really bad and there was tons of snow.
with snowplows at work and the storm warning ending Monday night, it's now up to drivers to be prepared.
Make sure you chain up when you're supposed to chain up, not right when the snow starts getting.
Watch a couple tutorials of how to chain up, buy traction tires.
I think if people get in a hurry, that's when incidents happen, so we just need to just relax and chill.
Well, we want to take you beyond the atmosphere now to a special sight. The moon and stars will be a short distance away from each other tonight and will be visible from the night sky. You'll be able to best see it in the early morning hours into Thursday. So make sure you look to the east, and it's best viewed with a telescope or binoculars. Well, you can also begin to catch the Geminid meteor shower this week as well. They'll be visible through Christmas Eve, with the peak of it being December 13th and the 14th, where 120 meteors per hour will be visible. So cool. To spot it, it'd be best to view it away from those city lights. The Geminid meteor shower is known as one of the best annual meteor showers to view. Don't miss it. Well, in 30 seconds, we talk about the cool down expected for this week, but we're also going to take you to the tropics, where we speak with an expert on how the changing climate impacted this year's hurricane season. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra, getting you ready for the weekend. Yes, it's going to be colder. So one event that's outdoors, you'll definitely want to bundle up for. This one's in Tuscaloosa. It's the Wagner's Tuscaloosa Turkey Trot. That sounds pretty fun. Maybe there'll be some turkeys out there for you to catch and save for next week on Thanksgiving. But here we are looking at that Tuscaloosa Turkey Trot forecast. Lots of sunshine, but notice temperature is not very warm. Low 40s at the start of the race. Well, just around 8 a.m. we're going to be seeing temps more in the mid to upper 40s. By 9 a.m. winds will be light, but temperatures only in the low 50s, and through about 10 o'clock low 50s. So if you are participating, especially if you're outdoors and you're not running in the race to heat up your body and you're just standing on the sidelines cheering your friends and family on, you'll want to bring those extra layers. Slightly warmer Sunday and heading into next week, but we're also tracking a little bit of wet weather that we'll show you more when we take a look at that 7-day forecast.
Well, Tania, with the Atlantic hurricane season soon finally coming to a close, new analysis from Climate Central finds that human-induced climate change made every Atlantic hurricane this year stronger than it would have been otherwise. The study shows that warmer ocean waters increase wind speeds by 9 to 28 miles per hour. So I went straight to the source and spoke with Dr. Daniel Guilford, a climate scientist with Climate Central, about how the discoveries unearthed can help us in the years ahead. So to get started, you all have a new study that just came out that showed that ocean warming has enhanced this hurricane season. Can you tell me more about the research you did?
So we know that human beings have been increasing the amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere for well over 100 years now. And along with that, those increases has come an increase in temperature all around the planet. Some places are warming faster than others, and one place that's warming very quickly indeed is the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean, and North Atlantic Oceans, where carbon dioxide has caused some of these temperatures to soar by 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit, more than they would have been in a world without human-caused climate change. This is an analysis we've been looking at Climate Central, where we try to get a gauge on how temperatures would have looked in a world without human-caused climate change. And then when we get those numbers, we can try to think about how that could influence tropical cyclone intensities, because we know that hurricanes respond very strongly to warm sea surface temperatures.
So looking back at this hurricane season, some of the most notorious ones we saw, especially across the southeast, were Helene and Milton. Can you talk about directly what your research found in regards to those hurricanes and their relationship with climate change?
Yeah, so we found both in the case of Helene and Milton that they were both a category more intense than they would have been in a world without human-caused climate change. This makes sense because we estimate that with this sea surface temperature warming, the intensity to which these storms can spin goes up. This is because these hurricanes, Milton, Helene, other hurricanes, are a lot like the heat engine in your car. It needs some fuel source in order to spin quickly. And the fuel source it has is the ocean surface. So as that fuel source bumps up, as it heats up, the amount of fuel going into the hurricane, into that engine increases, and it can spin faster and faster. So our analysis puts a number on that, and that number is about a category. And we know that matters because the amount of damage that is associated with a given storm is related to how intense the storm is. So this increasing intensity due to human-caused ocean warming, it could really be catastrophic for communities that are caught in the crossfires of these storms.
And so I know we will have a lot of people in the audience probably thinking, well, hey, the climate has always changed. Why is this any different? Can you kind of explain that nuance between the natural fluctuations in the climate we've seen over time, but how it's been enhanced within the past 200 plus years?
That's right. The climate has changed. It's gone up, it's gone down. This is the very first time that humans have intervened in the climate system in the same way, where we've burned a lot of things very aggressively, very quickly, and that has changed the chemistry of our atmosphere and affected how much heat we trap here near the planet. It is really critical to understand that just because climate has always changed does not mean that people have always dealt with changes of climate. People are at risk that haven't been in the past when climate has changed. And so if you care about people, you should care about how the climate is affecting where you live and the people where you live.
Great information there. Well, still ahead on Weather Extra. We're continuing to bring you the Weather Extra as you prepare to head out of town for the holidays and update you on that big old cool down that's moving in as we speak. We'll be right back.
Welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra. Temperatures now tumbling into the low 50s and upper 40s out there. We have a cold night coming up. The wind speeds today, it was gusty out there. And again tomorrow, check it out, by 11 o'clock in the morning, showing winds gusting 30, 40 miles per hour. I mean, we're 39 mile per hour is tropical storm for us. So it's going to be whipping out there, but a dry day and lots of sunshine. But that's going to add to the chill, those temperatures in the 50s. So bundle up and yeah, we'll be going through some hairspray tomorrow. All right, take a look at Thursday morning. Forecast temperatures showing 30s. You look at this, you say, hey, we might have some frost out there tonight, but with it staying kind of windy, that's going to protect us. You won't see as much frost early in the day. Maybe some of those sheltered valleys to the north, but certainly early Friday morning, you can see the low temperature actually near freezing places like Center, also around Jasper. So early Friday morning, certainly we'll see more widespread frost and even touch freezing perhaps in some areas to the north. And we'll do that again on Saturday morning. Again, frost will be likely, and again, that chance for a light freeze in northern locations. But it's cold weather, not expecting any wintry precipitation, but the next chance for precipitation, the next big thing, will be into next week. And we are tracking another front that will drop in on Monday. And now, yesterday we took the rain chance out. Well, it's back in there today. So I can't rule out a couple of showers Monday or Tuesday because this system is moving in, it's stalling. You see see that? And now the this is the GFS model, is more robust in generating a little bit of rain. But look what happens. We have a stronger system that rolls along. We have this flow back out of the south by Wednesday and next week, and we can see some heavier rain and storms that drop in Wednesday night and into the day on Thanksgiving. And right now, I'm not seeing strong signals of severe weather, but it is a system we need to keep an eye on for next week. I certainly see a good chance of rain, and as you can tell, timing for this, it was showing up past couple of days. Wednesday night and a Thursday, a good chance for rain. The one change today is that the long-range data shows us a bit more progressive, kind of moving on out of here and leaving us with some drier weather as we get closer to Iron Bowl Saturday. So again, the 10-day forecast, you can see there around Thanksgiving, we do have the first alert for rain returning for later next week. That's what we're going to be tracking, and to talk more about that system right now, we go to meteorologist Tania Michelle. Tania, you're looking at the travel forecast this weekend and into next week, where we could see some possible weather-related flight delays. I know a lot of folks will be out hitting the road and traveling.
Absolutely, Wes. So I decided to start with tomorrow. Well, let's go to the story real quick. That's right, Wes. But before we get into the weather, AAA is already showing record-breaking numbers for the travel Thanksgiving holiday period. They're saying about 80 million Americans will be heading 50 miles or more from home, which is up 1.7 million people than last year. The Thanksgiving travel period beginning the Tuesday before Thanksgiving and ending the Monday after Thanksgiving, with the busiest air travel day being this upcoming Sunday. So let's talk about that travel forecast as we look ahead. We're going to start off with tomorrow for those of you getting an early heads up on heading out of town. Maybe you have the rest of this week off. Well, we're seeing a great possibility for some travel delays through the Midwest and down towards the Southeast. That's for Thursday, but as we head into Friday, you can see that those similar areas could possibly be seeing minor to moderate travel delays. Look at Washington, D.C. area. There's some red behind there, and in parts of New Jersey and around New York. There's also some travel delays in the Pacific Northwest, some minor ones, and that could all be due to the weather. So as we approach Sunday, like AAA was saying, could be one of the busiest travel days, and maybe the time period that people got a good deal on their flights. Maybe that's you. But as we look across the U.S., we're seeing some splotchy areas where we could see some moderate delays up northeast, down towards parts of Oklahoma and Texas, and maybe even parts of the Fargo area. So just giving you all that first alert just to the west of Idaho and Montana. But as we look further ahead into Monday of next week, 12 p.m., you can see that Minneapolis, well, you have more of a moderate travel delay, and that is all because of the weather that we could possibly be seeing. So Wes was talking about that front moving through. We're seeing a good chance for some showers and even some snow up in the Northeast, Midwest area, parts of Ohio, and that may be making you and your travel plans not the smoothest transition as you get to the places you're trying to get to for Thanksgiving. But I had the amazing opportunity to check out a school today. I was at Mount Pilgrim Christian Academy in Fairfield, Alabama. And you can see the energy and hear it right there. The kids had so much fun learning about severe weather safety, what it means to go to their safe place, and what we do as meteorologists. We talked about the green screen and showed the video of me and Lauren on the key wall, breaking down what the forecast and how we present it to them when they're at home watching it on TV. It was so much fun. The kids had so much energy. And I just want to thank all of the teachers, faculty, and staff, Miss Somerville, for inviting me out. I had such a great and fantastic time, and I'll be out again for sure. Well, don't go anywhere. We have your final check on weather right here after the break. And real quick, if you ever want to schedule weather in the classroom, you can do so by going to wbrc.com/weather in the classroom.
All right, we go from summer back to winter now, right?
I know. I'm kind of ready for the cold.
Me too. I have a lot of clothes that need to be worn.
Me too. I need to switch it up.
Yeah, we got some cute clothes that need
Well,
to be
just, hey, hang on, because you know that it'll warm up again.
It sure will.
Time of the year. Hey, we'll have updates on the next Rainmaker and more tonight. We'll see you first at 9.